And meanwhile, there have been no let-up for Iranian attacks across the Gulf. Kuwait has reported multiple drone strikes. A fire has broken out at the Kuwait Petroleum Corporation headquarters. Power and water desalination plants have also been hit. No casualties or injuries have been reported. And meanwhile, in Bahrain, the Ministry of Interior said that Iran targeted one of its oil facilities, causing fire there to break out. Emergency response teams said the fire has now been fully extinguished. Over the past few weeks, Manama has come under repeated Iranian missiles and drone attacks. Al Jazeera's Malik Traina is following developments across the Gulf. You're in Kuwait City. That's the city, I beg your pardon, the country, Kuwait, that has been the hardest hit, I'd say, in the Gulf over the last 24 hours. What have you seen? What can you tell us this morning?
Yeah, the hardest hit would be an understatement, Cyril. Last night we saw numerous alarms being sounded, and we woke up around 5, 6 in the morning with government statements, the first saying that 2 power and desalination plants were hit here in Kuwait. And as a result, 2 power generation units have been taken off the grid. Water desalination plants here are extremely important. They are in the Gulf, but more so here. 90% of the drinking water in the country comes from 8 desalination plants that are spread across Kuwait. So extremely important. I think for the officials here, it's yet another red line being crossed. We also heard from the Kuwait Petroleum Corporation. They said that the oil complex that's in Shuwaikh, about 20 kilometers to the south of where I'm standing, was hit. And that's not the only attack. We also heard from the Ministry of Finance saying their building was targeted in the ministerial complex. That houses about 4 different ministries as well as various government institutions. The government saying that all employees have been evacuated and they'll be working remotely for now. Kuwait is the closest country to Iran. It also borders Iraq, where authorities believe a lot of these attacks are coming from. So, this deadline is extremely worrying for authorities here.
Malik, what else are you seeing across Gulf countries?
In just the last hour, authorities in Abu Dhabi in the UAE say they are responding to numerous fires in the Borouge petrochemical company. They say that teams are now trying to extinguish those fires. And this comes just, our team on the ground in Iran said yesterday a petrochemical company was hit in Iran. So, what we've constantly seen is Iran retaliating in the Gulf. Also, we saw the Ministry of Defense in Saudi Arabia saying it intercepted a cruise missile in the last couple of hours. And in Bahrain, a fuel tank at a storage facility belonging to the Bapco Energy. Bapco Energy is a very significant and important facility in terms of Bahrain's energy. So these attacks have been ongoing since the beginning of this war, Cyril.
Malik Traina reporting from Kuwait City. Thank you very much, Malik.